Thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, I'm one of those who usually looking for mitigation reasons and how to explain why we are delayed with the project. And since I'm a product manager, I really like to measure stuff. So how would you measure trust?
Oh, I'm not big on measurement in any form because I think that raises its own sort of challenges. So I think we know it when we see it, and so if we sort of see, I've seen it a few times, and it's great when it happens, but I don't think we could measure it.
Okay, great. Any questions from the audience? Guys, don't be shy. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it. Woohoo! Yes. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jack Allen from Finerga. I'm a principal software engineer. Really great talk, thank you. I really enjoyed it and have some good takeaways. What I wanted to ask you, John, is sometimes when you can see that there is a lack of trust, expressing that to the people who don't trust each other doesn't go down very well, right? So how would you approach this delicate subject?
Yeah, good point. I mean, you're not going to just sort of say, look, you guys don't trust each other. I think you just got to start small. And some of those sort of take-homes, it's sort of those examples for sort of building and maximize trust, I think is the ways to go. So, you know, it may be on the sort of on a sprint-by-sprint basis, making sure that you meet your sort of commitments on the product side, that you do the best you can to write unambiguous stories, that type of thing. So try and implement some of those sort of ideas, and gradually this sort of trust will build.
More questions? Yeah, here we go.
Hey, Hank from VidMob. In your slide there, that first one you put up, make and keep commitments you can. Mm-hmm. How do you know which ones those are, and how do you get those right?
Right, okay, so I think the real challenge with software estimation comes when we're at the really sort of high level, and we're coming up with these numbers that people hear and then make it into a sort of reality. When we come down to the sort of sprint level, the hope is that if we've done spikes or we've done certain things like that, we reasonably can make those commitments more realistically. But for sure, there'll always be those obstacles. So that's why I say let's try and focus at the sort of sprint level and try and meet the commitment. So if the tech team has sort of said, this is what we're committing to this sprint, let's try and really aim for that. And if we do that consistently, we build trust, and the product teams will know, okay, well, they don't know that they're going to make 6 months for the whole project, but in each iteration, what we're giving, they're able to sort of achieve. So that's the sort of commitments I'm talking about.
We have time for one more question. There's a gentleman over there. Just throw it.
Hi, my name is Alex. I'm from Germany, working for ScoutBee. And I really enjoyed the talk. Definitely one of my personal highlights. Do you see a difference especially with the trust and those problems between product people, especially product owners with technical background and experience, and without?
You mean, is it harder for people to product people have a technical background to trust?
Maybe they have experienced it on their own from the other side.
Right. Yeah, and it's really interesting. I'd also add to that sort of leaders who were previously sort of developers and now maybe sit on the executive team, who seem to have sort of bad recollection of how hard it was to sort of do software estimates. Yeah, I think that's hard. I think that if I was in the product person's sort of shoes there, I would want to sort of like use that to my ability to share that with other people in the product team. Look, I've been in this situation. I know how hard it is for these guys. They're not deliberately doing this. They're not saying it's going to take 6 months and then it takes 12 months on purpose. Why would they do that? It's not in their interest. So I think you've got that background, you could help the whole development of trust between tech and product teams by basically sort of saying, look, I've been there.
And does that actually happen? Or is it maybe the other way around, that they say, oh yeah, I know that that is not 3 story points?
Well, I guess that's going to be on the individual and what their motives are, and do they really want to sort of move towards a better place, or are they in it just for themselves and wanting to sort of win some points? They might want to do that, but it's not going to help them or anybody in the long term, so I'd really go for the former.
Yeah. Thanks.
Anyone else? One more? Okay, great. Then I'm not going to stand between you and coffee. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Thank you.
We have a break now. Please come back to this stage 15 to 12. That's we're going to start with a talk by Tatiana from Booking.com. And please don't forget to provide the feedback for our speaker, UXDXconf.com/feedback.